It's hard to read the maritime executive's piece on the Canadian mining company, the metals company, TMC, without feeling a rising wave of indignation, not just at the corporate arrogance on display, but at the broader moral vacuum that enables it. Let's start with the basics. TMC wants to strip mine the international seabed for polymetallic nodules, those rare earth-rich rock clumps that have become the newest shiny object for clean-tech colonialists. But instead of respecting international regulations via the United Nations International Seabed Authority, ISA, TMC is attempting a legal end run using the United States legal system. That's right, a Canadian company operating in international waters, using US law to challenge an international framework the US itself never ratified. That's not just audacious, it's imperialism in a three-piece suit. The ISA is far from perfect, but it exists to ensure that mining the ocean floor, often called the common heritage of mankind, is done, if at all, in a way that benefits all nations, not just deep-pocketed investors and speculative extractors.
But TMC doesn't like that. They're frustrated that the ISA hasn't rubber-stamped their business plan fast enough. So what do? Sue. The company's legal argument hinges on an obscure provision in the U.S. deep seabed hard mineral resources Act of 1980, a Cold War relic passed back when America was trying to prepare for a resource grab that never came to pass. TMC wants to use that loophole to pressure the ISA into speeding up its regulations, arguing that since the US hasn't signed the Law of the Sea Treaty, it's free to do whatever it wants. Let's be clear, this isn't just forum shopping. This is forum commandeering, an attempt to blow up the global rulebook because one company doesn't like the pace of multilateralism. TMC wraps all of this in a nauseating layer of ESG greenwashing. They say their deep-sea extraction will support the clean energy transition, feeding electric vehicle batteries and wind turbines. But what they don't mention is the irreversible ecological damage this mining could cause. We know precious little about deep-sea ecosystems. Many of the species down there are undiscovered. The silence of the deep is not an invitation. It's a warning. This isn't sustainability. It's just the latest version of extractive capitalism dressed in green. And here lies the deeper hypocrisy. These are the same companies that complain about regulatory burdens at home while happily exploiting global commons abroad. Their loyalty isn't to nations or people or even the planet. It's to quarterly earnings and stockholder ROI. If TMC succeeds in this legal stunt, it opens the floodgates for every resource-hungry corporation with a legal team and a grudge against regulation. It sets a dangerous precedent that you can sidestep inconvenient international agreements by gaming national laws written decades ago. This isn't just about mining, it's about who controls the future of global governance. If we allow corporate actors to weaponize legal systems against institutions designed to protect the planet, then the dream of sustainable development becomes a farce. We should be demanding more international oversight of the seabed, not less. We should be slowing down, gathering data, and creating truly enforceable environmental safeguards. Instead, we have a Canadian company trying to weaponize American exceptionalism to bulldoze its way to profit, beneath 12,000 feet of ocean, where no one can see the damage. Nala Solenge, my independent commentary for Skillings Mining Review.